Hello guys, I'm supposed to be here. I don't know why I'm not here. Wait a second. Why am I transparent? This is ridiculous. Oh, I need to make myself here. Ta-da! And there we go. I haven't done a live stream in a long time, guys. Hello guys and welcome to the live stream. It's Irad. I see Wise Guy is here. Oh, 7 Wise Guy. How are you doing today? Today we are going to do the so-called Trade Empire for Star Citizen. I have to tell you this is going to be a long one. It's going to be an hour and 22 minutes, but this represents footage of the equivalent of about 6 hours of gameplay. And after these 6 hours of gameplay, I am hurt. I hurt my wrist. It's absolutely painful. I'm actually considering seeing a doctor here. This is the pain that Star Citizen Alpha 3.24 has to let you go through if you take part of the cargo gameplay. Now, of course, things are changing a little bit here with Star Citizen Alpha 3.24.1 with the introduction of the Argo Atlas, which is the brand new exoskeleton that's going to let us just point and click, tell us where we're going to be picking up our boxes, and just telling the machine where the boxes is going to go. It's going to be so much of a relief, and we're going to do a comparison here. We'll talk about the Argo Atlas a little bit later, but today I just want to show you what the cargo nightmare is in Star Citizen. And for that, guys, I am flying today a constellation Taurus. Now, in a video that I just released today, I bought an 85X, and I used this 85X to buy cargo everywhere around the verse. And that's, well, usually around Hurston, because that's where I am. So I bought for about 2.6 million Alpha UEC of cargo around various locations, including here at Lathan on Ariel, where I'm going to buy some Laranite, and also I'm going to go to ITA. Actually, I think I am on 8 ITA here, where I'm going to be buying some acetine. I think the reason why I bought some acetine is because I saw on Gallo.co that the return on investment for acetine is about 20%. So that's definitely a decent profit that you would make here. But the thing with acetine is that it's a little cheap, so you've got to buy quite a lot of that, right? So, since I've already bought the acetine in a previous video, now all I'm going to have to do is to just load it up. There's always abandoned ships here at these outposts. I was a bit worried because I could hear the engines of that city Hercules that was abandoned. I was always a little bit on the fence, checking out, see if whether or not there would be anyone who would come here and just try to annoy me as I'm getting this cargo here. So here we go, getting the acetine into the ship, and what I'm doing is I'm just using the scroll button on the mouse, and it's just an absolute pain, right? Because what CIG did is that I think that before it worked kind of okay, right? You just had to scroll a little bit, and then the tractor beam would just let you go wherever you want to go, right? But this is gone now. This when you're using those tractor beams, you really have to use the scroll mouse button all the time, and it's just something that's quite a pain. And CIG did defend themselves, because a lot of people were accusing CIG of creating problems and then having the solutions locked behind a paywall. So they said, oh yeah, they created this problem, but then the Argo Atlas is going to come up, it will be for sale, and people will be able to buy it, and they will no longer have to deal with this issue anymore. And this is something that CIG denied, actually. They said, no, we're not creating problems on purpose to monetize the solutions here. There has been posts on Spectrum from CIG developers telling that they're actually considering putting the solution of the Argo Atlas for the tractor beams as well. So we'll see, right? We'll have to see if that is actually true or not. As far as I'm concerned, I do hope that it's going to be the case. Now, should there be incentives to have an Argo exoskeleton? Maybe a longer range, I suppose. Maybe the possibility to carry boxes of 32 SCU. Maybe the possibility to also carry shipwrecks as well. Something that we are going to be seeing at the end of this footage. So, Yeah, filling up the constellation here is going to take a while, but I'm still going to try my best here. These are all 16 SU boxes. People will say, Irad, why are you not taking 24 SU boxes? Well, that's because I was afraid that I would not be able to fill entirely a C2 Hercules with 24 boxes, and this is a mistake that I made. I realized that actually, yeah, getting 24 SCU boxes is a good idea. I think you still need a few 16 SCUs to really fill your C2 Hercules, and we'll see that at the end of the footage, right? But I think that we still need some 16 SU boxes to just put them every now and then on the places that really need, like on your door, for example, right? If you really want to cram your C2 Hercules, I think that in some at some point, I think I managed to fill in. We're gonna be seeing that later, right? But I managed to fill in 724 SCU of astatine in one C2 Hercules. So you can actually go over the capacity of the cargo grid of your ship. It's just that you are taking a risk, and as you're going to be seeing later, when you take risks, sometimes they are consequences, unfortunately. Alright, so still here at the cargo elevator, which is not the most reliable new feature of Star Citizen, unfortunately. Something that we are also going to be seeing here in this video. I got a couple of 1 SU boxes, big mistake. I was just trying things out because I was still quite inexperienced trying to load boxes, but yeah, it's the whole thing here, this whole video is also a learning process, right? The whole act of trading in Star Citizen is just completely different to anything that it has ever been before, and it's really interesting. People are saying, oh, it's gonna get old, it shouldn't be painful like this. That's also true, but I also like the idea of relearning how to play the game based on how it evolves and based on just the gameplay, the new forms of gameplay that we are seeing in the game, right? Alright, so let's keep on coming here. Oh, actually, this is Laranite. Yeah, I am on Aerial. I thought it was on Ita. So let's get some of that Laranite here. I think I'm going to put it here on the side. Now, people are going to say, Irad, you can put containers on top. I know I can put containers on top. The problem is that I tried to put the containers on top. It just didn't work. So I am going to limit myself to just bringing home here 96 SCU of Laranite, and pretty much the rest here is going to go to Lorville. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back here and bring back the Laranite to Lorville. So driving here, not flying by night, which usually is what's happening when I play Star Citizen. So I have to say that I am enjoying the sights here, flying above the smog of Lorville. I really wonder here what is this little something that was clipping here on top. Yeah, it kind of looked weird, but yeah, it's gone now. Now, the thing when you are at Lorville is you must always look for the TISA spaceport signs. Where is TISA spaceport? That is the recurring question every time you're going to Lorville. And I can't see it just yet. Oh, I think we see the signs. There we go, dead ahead. So as soon as we're getting a little bit closer here, this is where we'll get to call the ATC. Sorry about this. I've been sick for about 3 weeks now. I had a pretty bad cold about 3 weeks ago, and then I've been coughing like that for about 2 weeks, and some residue of stuff that has been stuck in my throat. So if I'm coughing a little bit during the live stream, I apologize. That is not something that I can control, unfortunately. Alright, so the ATC has been called, and we are going to see that a ridiculously large hangar is going to open its doors right here. Alright, just open the doors. Here we go. The good thing about having an extra large hangar but not an extra large ship is that you can just go through the door like this without having to wait for the doors to completely open, right? So this is done right here, and I'm not going to unload the ship. What I'm going to do is just take another ship. Yeah, so my plan here is to just store the ships and then go to the TDD, and then once I am at the TDD, I will just, well, pay a fee to unload the ships. So that's going to be taking a while, right? I really wonder why the door of my Mercury Star Runner is already open. Well, we're just going to take off here, retracting the gear. Here we go. I really like this crimson, shiny crimson paint job here. That's a really nice paint job. I don't know why it's in my account. Must have come from some kind of event, right? But yeah, I've flown the MSR, the white MSR for Star Citizen Wars for quite some time now. So now it's time to enjoy flying an MSR with different paint jobs. Alright, let's keep on going here, and I'm going to go back to, well, aerial, I suppose, and we'll still fill in some Laranite. I don't think I bought 1000 SCU of Laranite because it was not available, so it's going to be a little bit less, right? And when I saw that I would have to either go to Best Deck, the thing with Best Deck, and that's why I go to Layton and not Best Deck, I highly recommend you go to Layton, because when you go to Best Deck, you are pretty close to the Caterpillar crash site, and with the Caterpillar crash site, sometimes you have some hostile NPCs that are also spawning there, and because we're so close to the outpost, they often come and attack the ships. It's super annoying, and it's a risk that you don't want to be taking. So that is why I go to here Layton and not Best Deck. Alright, 6 containers of 16 SCU. Let's try to fill them in. Now that's going to be tricky here in the MSR, because the interior of the MSR is not as big as what it seems, right? It says 112 SCU, but in reality, if you are only sticking to those big containers there, it's a little bit less. Now, sure, you also have the secret room, but you're not going to be putting any of those large containers into the secret room. Alright, let's bring this out right here. Come on. Oh, it almost went inside. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, let's put maybe one more. I'm still worried about the C2 here. Sometimes I can hear the sounds, and it's just yeah, it's not something that we don't want to take any risk here for that. Okay. Yes, I don't think I can put any of those big containers on top of the others in the MSR, right? It's one set of big containers and one set of small containers on top. So let's keep on loading. Let's keep on loading, and you are going to see that we are going to have to be quite ingenious in order to fit in all those containers in the MSR. It's even 6 containers of 16 is really not easy. I'm trying to see if I can... oh, it's stuck here. I can't believe it. Alright, well, we'll keep it here for now. There we go. Now it finally moves. There, that's how I wanted to rotate it. There we go. Okay, nice. So, I still have 2 containers. I think that it's going to be quite easy. It's going to be one on each side of that container that I just placed. You know, maybe we can put even some more. So, obviously, these last containers here, they're not going to fit on the cargo grid, are they? No. No, they do not fit on the cargo grid. So, I'm going to have to rotate them. I think I can put one on the right side right there. and easily one on the left side. So we'll put it here on the left side. Yeah, I can... The idea is I should not block the way, right? Because if the way is blocked, I can't go back into the MSR because there's only one entry point. Oh, I really hope that... You know, easy money for CIG. CIG, if you're watching this, right? Easy money. Just make a full cargo variant of the MSR, right? No servers, no radar dish. You remove... No, you keep the 2 turrets because they're pretty cool, right? But you remove all the data running thing. You keep it a cargo version. You can easily double the capacity, right? You make it a 200 SCU cargo runner, and it's going to be amazing. You give it a second entry point. And CIG, you do that, you are printing money. You even sell it more than the data runner, right? You sell this one at you know, $250. You're going to sell them again and again and again. And that's what I'm going to do. I would totally upgrade my MSR for a cargo variant, right? I'm not really interested in data running and all that sort of jazz. Just, you know, cargo running, have more cargo capacity, make it more practical. That is all that the community wants. And I think that you could have quite a banger here. CIG, make this happen. Hey, who knows? We are going to have some new ships, new variants. At CitizenCon, we always have new ships for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So we could always be here for a surprise. And this is something that I think we should be pushing here in the community, right? Cargo variant of the MSR, 200 SCU. I think a lot of people will be happy with that. All right. So, all the containers have been placed in, or at least the 6 scheduled containers have been placed in. Now it's time to go back to Lorville once more. All right. Closing the door. The door is closing. I have a bad feeling, though, about the state of the containers in the cargo radio. You second the ID, West guy? Ah, I'm glad you second the ID. Right, that would be fantastic. Cargo variant, second entrance, 200 SCU. CIG will be selling so many of that. Plus everyone, guys. Everyone who has, maybe not everyone, but 90% of everyone who has an MSR would upgrade their MSR to the cargo variant, right? That's for sure. Anyway. Going back to Lorville, it is still daytime, probably not for long. And we are going to once again go back to Tisa Spaceport. Right there, we can see the spaceport a little bit better. Looks like there's less fog. I really like how the weather changes in Star Citizen, right? It's not always clear weather, not always foggy, right? I just wish that we had more weather effects in Star Citizen, right? We could use a little bit of rain. I don't know if you guys remember back in those days when we had the CitizenCon 2021, was it, right? When we saw Pyro 3 for the first time, and there was this landing with a 400i, right? And we could see lightning effects in the backside, right? This was something that we saw, I think, yeah, it was 3 years ago. And since then, we haven't seen anything about this, right? CIG has not iterated on weather in the game, and we haven't heard of evolutions of weather in the game. And I think that's really unfortunate, right? We need to have stuff like rain. I mean, it does snow on Macrotech, which is cool, but that's pretty much the only type of weather effect that we have in the game. And I think that it would be really nice if we could finally have actual rain or thunderstorms, or yeah, even wind. We have wind, right? But wind that can actually challenge us when we are flying those ships with maybe typhoons, or hell, why not tornadoes, right? That would be phenomenal, but it's still something that's desperately missing from the game. Anyway, this time I have decided to park a little bit closer to the freight elevator because 2 of the containers that I have in the cargo hold are not on the cargo grid. So that means that if I store the ship here, probably the local inventory is not going to detect these 2 containers, and the best thing to do is to send them somewhere else. Maybe not on the freight elevator. I'm going to try to do something else. I'm going to put them at a little storage area over there, right? So we'll just put them outside. This is the second one. All of the other containers are on the freight elevator. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to store the ship, store the MSR, And normally, when I go to the TDD later, throughout the course of this video, then the TDD should be able to detect those cargo containers, right? So we'll just put them right here. I wish that we could have actual cargo grids also in the personal hangars, right? We have those little spaces, but these spaces do not really support cargo. I'm not asking for the game to automatically load and unload the cargo, but just to have a cargo grid so that it's just easier to snap those cargo containers, because you can see here they're not snapping, they're banging against each other, right? It just looks messy, and I'm afraid that if I just put them on top of each other, which is what I'm trying to do right now, then it's just going to, the whole structure that I would be building here, say I have like 20 containers there, right? Everything would just be falling apart and will be a big mess. Some of them would even end up on the ship elevator here. And if we just had a cargo grid or a couple of cargo grids in our personal hangars, it would just make life much more easy if you are trying to play the whole cargo empire type of game loop that CIG things they introduced in Star Citizen 3.24. So, back at the Ace Up terminal here, and I'm going to look for the Crusader Mercury Star Runner. It went up there. I had Corsair here. Oh, maybe I could be bringing another ship. What happened to my Constellation Taurus? It is stored. That's good. And I don't have any other smaller cargo ship. I was reluctant to using, because I don't have a lot of Laranite left. I have like about 300 SCU of Laranite left. So if I bring in here the 890 jump and go to the 890 jump, that's basically what my idea is, to store all the ships and then go to the TDD afterwards. But let's see. So the MSR is being taken away here by the ship elevator, which is good. That is what we are expecting here. And normally there should be an 890 jump that should be coming up right after, right? Now, theoretically, as I said, because with Star Citizen, it's not always happening according to plan. Things never or rarely go according to plan, unfortunately. And so the platform is appearing again. I called the 890 jump, but I've got my MSR coming back again. Why is my MSR not being stored? And why is the 890 jump not coming, right? Now, that is quite a fail, unfortunately. And I'm going to have to play this here. Sorry, CIG, but sad trombone. Oh, no. Well, now, I have to be honest with you here. When I recorded this footage, this was... So there have been 3 hotfixes since the recording of this footage. I recorded this footage about just a couple of days after the release of 3.24, right? So this is not footage that we have. This is not footage from yesterday. There will be footage from 2 or 3 days ago, but this is not footage from yesterday. This is a whole process here that took me many days to complete. Yes, I have bought all of those commodities. That astatine, that Laranite that is being brought back to Lorville, I have bought it I think it was on the first day of 3.24, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to just bring it back to Lorville and sell it, and that is not how it eventually happened, right? I did make a profit. I'm going to spoil the video here. Yes, a profit was made. So you are going to be seeing that, guys. I started in the previous video, so the one that I released today at the time I'm doing this live stream here, where I took the 85X to travel around the standard system. I had 3.1 million alpha UEC. I invested 2.6 million alpha UEC, and yes, I made a profit. But that profit was made over the course of an entire week. over the course of an entire... It's not like that video that I made where I'm going to go to the Paro getaway station and I buy heifers tonight and I go back to Lorville and boom, profit is made in just an hour. You make 300,000 of a UEC of profit in an hour. That is not how it happened, right? I made less than that over the course of an entire week, which represents about... so I said about 6 or 7 hours of gameplay, right? That's yeah, that is actually how little time I have to play, by the way. This guy, this NPC is taking a piss. That's funny. So it's a pretty good server with only 32 people. It's working pretty smoothly here. My buddy Deplorable Infidel is also in this server. He probably did not notice that I had joined. That's okay. And let's get over here. We're going to go to a trade terminal. As always, I don't like to go to the first one because lightning is just not so good. And we are going to press F here and use the local inventory because everything has been put either in the C1, I mean not in the C1, but in some of my trading ships, like for example, let's see what in the constellation, right? So we're going to sell what's in the constellation first. All the Laranite, 7 Laranite for 327k. Yes, it's going to do some automatic loading. That's fine. Processing order. I do hope the order is going to be processed. I'm counting on this. Only 112 SCU out of 176, as we saw earlier, right? Difficult to fill an entire ship with manual loading. I wish that it was easier to have, you know, automatic loading and pretty much everywhere, right? Not just places that do have hangars. I got a bad feeling about the order that's being processed here and doesn't want to be processed. This is not very good. I'll try another terminal. Okay, and I'm also going to be trying what's already here. At Lorville, there should be some SCUs as well. Here. We've got 96 SCU. That was what was in the MSR. Failed. Okay. What if I sell? This is a trick, right? Not selling everything. Even that doesn't work. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. Why can't I sell my Laranite? Waiting for pending result. I suppose they are waiting for... Oh man, what have I done? Are they waiting for the constellation Taurus? Right. Oh. So it's about 2 minutes of unloading. But I did sell it, so I should be getting my money, right? Yes, do have the cargo auto load, that's okay. Just do it. What is going on? What if I sell just one SCU? So let's try. Waiting for pending result. Crazy. Well, I suppose that I'm going to come for another hotfix. This is insane. So there's basically nothing I can do. It's a full loss so far. Oh, this is pretty bad. All right, I am back, and as you could see, it just didn't work, unfortunately. But after that, there was a hotfix. As you can see here, I'm putting the picture right there, and the hotfix is definitely going to help things out. So let's see. After the hotfix, let's see if I can still see those errors here. Oh, we got a subscriber here. Meku, thank you so much for subscribing. That is much appreciated. That's so cool. Alright, so now back at the TDD here. After the hot patch, let's see, or the hot fix, let's see if we still see those errors or not. So I'm going back to Lorville. And I have a lot of ships here. Let's see, loading right there. There's the Laranite. And cargo removal fail. It's not an error anymore. It's not the same error. It just says that the cargo removal has been failed. That means that for some reason it cannot automatically unload the cargo. So I might not be losing everything in the end. Now that is already a little bit positive here. By the way, I'm also glad that with the hotfixes we have not lost any of the cargo, because this is something that we've seen before, right? Some patches are dropping and then you lose all the works in your refinery or all the cargo that you have in your ships or local inventory, and basically you lose all of your money here. Luckily this has not happened, but I'm afraid that this is going to be happening with 3.24.1. At least this is something that what the patch notes seem to be indicated, right? So if you have cargo right now sitting in your inventories, I heavily suggest that you sell your cargo before 3.24.1 drops, because that might be an issue eventually. For some reason, I have an empty box of RMC. I would like to get rid of it, but it doesn't want to sell for. So this doesn't work here. Let's see if the other ship here. I got the Constellation Taurus with cargo inside. I know the MSR obviously doesn't work. Why does it say the Constellation Taurus is empty? Some strange things are happening out there in this hangar. So the best thing to do is to go back to the hangar and see what is going on. This is my second trip to the TDD and the second time that I have not been able to sell anything, and it's starting to be a little bit infuriating. And as you are going to see, this is not the first incident that we're going to be encountering here throughout this gameplay session. So let's go back. By the way, don't make the mistake, right? If you want to take the metro from the TDD, you have to turn left. If you want to go to the spaceport, right is taking you straight to L19 again. I'm lucky the MRT or the metro is coming right here. No need to wait forever. No need to wait for the metro to leave. All right, and with the magics of editing, I am already back at the hangar. And I really want to know what's going on here with that Constellation Taurus. Why does it say that the ship is empty at the TDD? So we'll bring it out here. I just hope that it works. Right? I mean, the freight elevator seems to be going down, but will the ship appear? Remember, before the hotfix, the ships were not appearing, so that means that every time I was trying to get a ship before the hotfix, the arrow in the ASUP terminal would just grayed out and nothing would be working. So let's see here if that hotfix did the trick or not. Right, for you too, wise guy, it's been a mouse wheel hell, right? My wheel finger can lift 50 pounds easy. Right, so you must have a lot of strong muscles on your finger. No, for me it's completely different, right? With the whole mouse wheel hell, it's my wrist. I have serious pains in my wrist now because of this. which really is a problem. Okay, I see a ship. I see a ship. So it looks like the hotfix did allow me to get back some ships into my hangar. That's great. Now, if only the elevator could go up. There you go. Okay, and next we are going to look inside and see if indeed the ship is empty or not. If the ship is empty and I've lost 96 SCU of Laranite, that is going to be quite a blow. So let's go check it out. Of course, it's quite far away from me in the extra large hangar, so I'm gonna have to run to get to the Constellation. Oh, those weapons here in the back look absolutely ridiculous. CIG, it's been 2 patches already, and you have not fixed that bug. Can't believe it. So, what I'm gonna do, since apparently the game is not able to retrieve the cargo, if the cargo is still here, I will put it on the cargo elevator. Yeah! Yeah, it is here. Now, that's really weird, because it did say that it was 0, but actually it's here. Right? So a little cheer here, and we are going to be putting everything a little bit closer to the freight elevator, which is over there. And I'll just put it in the local inventory. That's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to store everything in the local inventory and then go back to the TDD and see if I can at least get rid of the cargo that I have. God, that is such... Now, I'm here, you know, I'm live. What you are seeing, the footage is pre-recorded. As I said, it took me about 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours to record everything over the past week. And it was an absolute pain, a literal pain. This is really crazy, right? Which is why I'm really happy that the brand new Argo Atlas exoskeleton is coming. It's definitely going to make our lives much easier. But yeah, CIG, they really need to bring this new way of using the cargo, the tractor beam, with at least the max flex, right? Maybe not the... I suppose it's okay to keep the little multi-tool for, you know, I would say emergency situations. So you have, you know, little cargo boxes. It's perfect, for example, for jump down, right? You're not going to be using the max lift for jump down. That's ridiculous. So for jump down, yeah, the little cargo, the little tractor beam, absolutely useful, right? Maybe eventually for Xeno threat. But this whole new method of bringing cargo, especially if you want to be using cargo hauling missions, or you want to be doing some cargo entrepreneurial gameplay like what I'm trying to do here, is definitely going to be the way to go. So let's get the hangar here so we can bring in here those containers. It's not going to be that much. Let's not forget the 2 containers that are also on the side. They're still sitting in that little corner over there, so let's not forget about those, and I have to bring them back also in the freight elevator. Alright, so bringing here the Laranite. I'm gonna have to tag my friend Sigelian on X, because that's his favorite thing to do, right? He's a big Laranite trader. Well, I don't think he's gonna trade Laranite anytime soon, given how much of a pain it is to just... And it's not just that, but it's also the bugs. I don't know if you guys saw that earlier, but when I was trying to fit in my Constellation with those containers of Laranite, there's actually one container of Laranite that clipped through the pad at Lathan. So that means that I have lost, in the whole process of loading the Constellation Taurus, I have lost 16 SC of Laranite. That's about 40,000 Alpha UEC. Yeah, so things are not looking so good so far for trying to not even just make a return on investment, right? But losing, not losing too much money. All right, back here. I think with just 6 boxes, all right, because it's going to be quite easy. This freight elevator can carry 1100 SCU, so that's a lot, which is really interesting, right? That you can carry on the freight elevator, you can carry more than the local inventory can have, which is really weird. That's really a kind of inconsistency that I really don't understand from Cloud Imperial Games, right? How come you can carry 1100 SCU, but you can only have 1000 SCU in your local inventory? How is that logic? What happens if you actually really put 1120 SCU of cargo on your freight elevator, but you know your local inventory cannot have that, right? Does it regurgitate the cargo? Does it just tells you that you cannot put all the cargo inside? It's really weird, and I think that CIG really needs to fix that, right? I think that 1000 SCU is just not enough. I think 2000 would be about the sweet spot, right? Because then you can better manage your cargo and you can put a full load on the freight elevator and then be a bit more careful for a second load. But just 1000 SCU in the local inventory, that's really weird. So let's transfer everything here back at the TTT now, and normally I should be able to sell all of that Laranite that was in the local inventory. So let's go check it out. Checking Lorville right here. The Laranite is there. It is detected. Can I see if I go on the other side? 327,000 of UEC. Okay, success. All right, well, a little money is better than no money at all. So, what happened next is I am going back to Ariel, and this time with the City Hercules, and I'll try to fill in the rest. Now, of course, the Laranite is the most valuable of the commodities that I bought. I bought a lot of acetine as well, but I think it's really important to fill in first the Laranite. I think if I have a lot of space left, I'm probably going to go back to either Woodruff or Ryder on Ita and get some of the astatine. But first things first, right? We need to fill in the last Laranite. It's just worth more, right? It's like I think that the little Laranite that I bought about 700 SCU of Laranite here at Lathan, and this is worth as much as 2000 SCU of astatine that I bought on Ita. So yeah, I think you understand the importance here of making sure that that cargo here is back at Lorville before 3.24.1 drops back. Oh, that door is super slow to open, but that's okay. Let's just go there, do a little jump here, bringing in the cargo, and I'm filling in here the ship. So yeah, this is 10 minutes later. 10 minutes later, I'm filling in all the boxes of acid. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes I still get hurt by my own cargo boxes. So yeah, you have to be really careful here when you're maneuvering. And I think this is something that will also go, right? This is something that will no longer happen anymore once you have the Argo Atlas. But if you are using a handled tractor beam, you have to be super careful. Okay, so I have got all the assets in here. We're leaving Ariel, and after that, we're going to go to Ita. So far, so good. I have not been bothered by anyone. No griefing. That's the point of pre-recording the footage, is that you cannot be stream sniped. I can still be griefed by pirates who randomly find me around the verse, but no stream sniping. And I think that this is already quite a significant comfort when it comes to playing games like that. And then let's go to Woodruff on Ita. I'm so happy to play by day. You know, it's so funny. I made a song on my musical channel called I Fly By Night, and ever since I've made this song, and I said I called it. I said it on stream. I made this song I Fly By Night, and I bet that since that after that I will be flying during the day, and this is exactly what has been happening. I mean, I'm not gonna complain because we get to see those nice visuals, and Star Citizen looks absolutely phenomenal as always, right? But it's really interesting that you know, I don't believe in Murphy's laws, and I'm not a superstitious person, but I find the coincidence very hilarious. Anyway, here at Woodruff, it's interesting to see there's an 890 jump floating above the station, and there is also a reclaimer out there. Well, hopefully the owner of these ships are not going to interfere in our affairs. Now, it's always a little bit tricky here because the City Hercules is a very broad ship, and the pads at these outposts, especially if you're using the smaller pads like this one, can be a little bit narrow. So you really have to be extra careful when you are landing so that you don't touch anything that might be eventually damaging the ship. But this looks like a decent landing. So let's have a look here and check out the freight inventory. And here I got some 24 SU boxes. I can't put anything here. How about the tiny little boxes? It should be, yeah, I should be able to bring them here to the hangar, and then the big ones. No, I made a mistake. Because I bought some 1SU boxes. I thought, oh, I'll be able to put those 1SU boxes and cram them into the ship, but you can also do that with 16 SU boxes, right? So all the work that you're doing trying to cram some of those tiny boxes here, you can actually do the same with 16 SU box. You just don't place them at the same place. So those 1 SU boxes, I just put them on the side, but that's basically it. Anyway, 40 minutes later, I am finally about to finish loading the ship. And this is about the last container, and it's always a pain to put the last container on top of the other. I mean, there is enough space, right? But when you are doing that manually with a handled tractor beam, like for example the Max Light, it just doesn't work. But it looks like it's kind of working, even though it's not on the cargo grid. It's just on top but sideways at the same time. So I mean, it works. I was able to close the door, right? You can see the door is closed, and now I'm going to go back to Lorville. So I got quite a lot of cargo inside. I think I should be really close to full capacity here with this C2 Hercules. Still have a couple of 1SU boxes that are going to be super annoying to unload, so don't do that, guys. Do not buy the 1SU boxes if you have a C2 Hercules. And we're once again flying by day. What is going on here? It looks like my C2 Hercules is pooping some... What is flying out? What's going on there? It looks like I'm losing my cargo. Yeah, these are cargo boxes. Oh no! Oh my gosh! No! No! I'm losing my cargo live. I can see that. All the boxes going away. Oh, this is ridiculous. Anyway, the apparent loss of cargo seems to be gone, so I'm now at the hangar, and we are going to be seeing just how bad the situation is. I really hope that it's just some kind of weird animation that I still have my cargo, because I really spent a lot of time, you know, bringing in each of these individual 1SU cargo boxes. So let's see. I'm inside, and I have some good news, guys. I have some good news. All of the 1SU cargo boxes are still here, so I did not lose them. So what am I going to be doing now? Because I noticed that, yeah, putting everything here onto the freight elevator is taking some time. So 7 minutes later, I have decided to put all the cargo boxes out of the ship, so it looks like a huge mess out of the C2 Hercules. And with that mess, I'm going to then make it pretty neat here on the freight elevator. The reason why I do that is because some of the containers are just very deep inside the ship, and it's just more convenient. So 15 minutes later, all of the containers have been put on the freight elevator, and now it is time to transfer everything to the warehouse. I'm really curious here on how many SCUs I have been able to ship here inside that one C2 Hercules. So we're gonna be checking this out right here. And 654. So almost a full C2 Hercules. Not bad, considering that the max capacity of the C2 Hercules is 696. So this is my record actually on a C2 Hercules. And since I don't want to be losing my investment, I want to make sure that I'm getting it back. We are back at the TDD here, and let's see what we can get. Here we go, loading, and I'm gonna sell right here. Why do I have a container of barrel? That's not even mine, and it says stolen. I have barrel in my inventory. Why? That's not even mine. Where did this come from? This is ridiculous. I mean, great, right? I mean, I can make free money, but that's not mine. I don't even think you can buy barrel at some of these outposts that I've been to. But cool, okay. Anyway, let's sell everything here. Success! All right. And some extra laranite here. So the astatine has been sold. The laranite, no, there's some more laranite here with some of the smaller containers. Is it gonna be another success? It is. Alright, I still have some 1 SCU boxes of astatine and 16 SCU. We'll sell the 1 SCU boxes of astatine first. And it's another success. And some more astatine right here. And bingo. Now that is quite a relief to see that the bank account is starting to fill in. Now the RMC still cannot be recycled or they cannot be sold. That's okay. I still have a lot of work, guys. We still need to go to ITA and bring in all of the astatine. And this time, I'm going to try to fill in even more SCUs into the C2 Hercules. So I really want to try to see just how much the C2 Hercules can be filled here. So let's go, right? So I've got quite a lot of boxes already waiting for the freight elevator to go. Sometimes it doesn't work. I've noticed here that sometimes, yeah, the freight elevators seem to be stuck. And there was an explanation here from Cloud Imperial Games. And the developers at CIG actually said that sometimes the reason why the freight elevators are stuck like this is because in the database, right, people are taking too many cargo missions. Sometimes they abandon the cargo missions in another instance, but it still seems like it is stuck in your instance when you're playing. And it just breaks the whole process. It's something that CIG really needs to fix eventually further down the line. Now the problem here, I don't know if you noticed on ITA, is the wind. Oh, the wind is so strong here. Every time I'm trying to go back, it's just I just have those issues trying to go in. And I really hope, this is something that I have not tried, but I really hope that the Argo Atlas will also beat the wind, right? Because it's an exoskeleton, so the exoskeleton is in theory supposed to give you additional strength. So, in theory, the Argo Atlas should be able to get you a little bit faster when you are stuck like that because of the wind. Now, the cargo is still not popping. So I think I'm going to go. So I'm at Woodruff right now, and I think that I'm going to go to Ryder. Yeah, we'll try to go to another server. So this is a workaround that has worked, right? Sometimes the further areas are not working. Go to another outpost. Maybe they're working there, and if that then go back to the first outpost that you went to when the freight deliveries are not working in another server. So I usually switch between Asian, US, and Australian servers, and that's the workaround that I found. Sometimes it works. So those containers here, I put them in front of the ship. We'll have to put them in the back. I noticed that putting the containers sideways here in the City Hercules is a much more effective way to fill in your City Hercules, to fill in your cargo grid. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And also, I also noticed that it's also easier to snap the cargo containers on top of the others by putting them sideways like this, as opposed to putting them in a different position. Now, of course, as I'm saying that, it doesn't really work, but you can put them in the middle like this and then on the side. There we go. Perfect. So I'll try to repeat the process here with this cargo container, which is also going to be put on the side. There we go. It's on the side right now. And I just need to put it here on top. It's not working. Let's try again. It's still not working. Oh dear. Alright, let's bring in this cargo elevator again on the side. Eventually we'll put them on top, right? It is going to be where you can put them on one side and then on another side, and it's still going to be snapping, because eventually it doesn't matter, right? Since unloading automatically your cargo doesn't seem to be working, at least with this hotfix, then all I gotta do is unloading when we're back at the TBD, and then put them in the local inventory, and it should be working by then. Okay, come on. Just as I said, it's working perfectly. It's not. Okay, this time it is. Put it here in the back, because I don't want to have a gap. Yeah, there is definitely a gap right there. Try to push it. No, I can't. Huh. Yeah, and that's because of the ceiling. I think that the ceiling of the C2 Hercules is preventing me from putting that container where it's supposed to be. Trying to drag it from every angle and still doesn't seem to be working. So I guess that, yeah, this is 16 SCU that's just going to be wasted. But that's okay. I'm still going to try to climb as much as possible. There are still other ways to climb those containers. For example, I have 2 containers on the door. They're not on the cargo grid. They are on the door in the back. Right, I'll put this here, and I'll try to put 2 containers of 16 SCU. They are here, right? I'll try to put them sideways, and we'll see if that works. So let's put it here. It should have. Oh. Okay, let's try again. No, it still doesn't work. I have to really, it's really tricky, right? You have to make sure that you're not touching the ceiling, so that then it goes in there. Yes, all right, it worked, perfect. And then we'll do this one right here. Yes, 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 come on. This, and we'll put the last one next to it. Now, this is always the trickiest one, and it doesn't want to go on top. Now, all you have to do, and that's why I keep on trying, right? It's just to have that little hologram that shows you your cargo container, right? It just needs to appear a little bit, and that's when you release the tractor beam. But for some reason, it seems like the cargo container is just trying to mount the other cargo container but then that's all it's going to do. By the way, whoa, that was one hell of a jump right there. Usually this happens when it's raining, when it's windy here on Aita. Luckily, because of the low gravity, when this happens, you're not really hurting yourself. It just looks funny. So, is this gonna work here? Are we going to be seeing here transfer complete? Okay, great. Can I get an additional 6 SCU of astatine? I would much appreciate that. Yeah, it seems like it's broken again. Oh no. Transfer it to hangar. Is this gonna be working this time? Transfer complete, yes. But it's empty. At least I'm not losing my cargo, right? It still stays in the local inventory, so that's what we want to see, but it's super annoying. And that's why I call this video and this live stream the cargo nightmare, because yeah, on paper it looks fun, right? Oh yeah, doing your cargo enterprise, right? In reality, it's super broken. And the thing is, you know, we are seeing rumors that Star Citizen FR 4.0 might be coming up sooner than later, which is really, well, it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, right? Because Star Citizen FR 3.24, as we are seeing here, still needs a lot of work. Cargo still needs a lot of work when it comes to making sure that the systems that have been brought with the new cargo gameplay are reliable, are stable, and allow us to engage in this new gameplay loop as intended, which, as we are seeing in today's live stream, is not the case at all. And the fact that we are seeing Star Citizen FR 4.0 shows us that CIG are willing to be moving on. Well, we're not saying that, but we're apparently, these are rumors from the Evo Caddies. Evo Caddies are saying that they are being told that CIG are preparing Star Citizen FR 4.0 Evo Caddy patches, and that the only reason why they're not testing 4.0 right now is because they are experiencing internally some crashes that they would like to resolve before bringing this build to the Evo Caddy. So it seems like we are going to be getting Star Citizen FR 4.0 sooner than later. Now, that is also some wonderful news, because I've said it multiple times, guys. I do believe that we are going to be playing Star Citizen FR 4.0 for SeasonCon. So if they get Star Citizen FR 4.0, say for example in Evo Caddy by the end of this week, probably, let's say we have like a 3-week cycle for in Evo Caddy, we should be able to be in Wave 1 by the beginning of November, and maybe by CitizenCon, Star Citizen FR 4.0 will be for all waves, and everybody will be able to try it, and that's going to be, at least CIG will be able to save face by doing so, right? But what is also something that might be happening is that we are at the same time, because CIG seems to be focusing on 4.0 now, some of these fixes that desperately need to be happening for trade will be delayed. Will they be happening here for 4.0? Will server meshing actually resolve some of the issues that we saw a little bit earlier when we saw the cargo elevators are not working? That's also a possibility. That's also why we haven't seen those fixes, because CIG know where the problem is coming from. They know it's maybe coming from the servers, and they do imagine that server meshing is going to be fixing those issues. So that's also something that might be happening. That could be the reason why we are not seeing those fixes in 3.24. There's one thing, however, that goes against this theory, is the fact that the Zeus Mark II is supposed to be coming with a 3.24.x patch. And so far, the only 3.24.x patch that we have seen is Star Citizen Alpha 3.24.1, which is in PTU Open Wave right now. And the Zeus is not there. So this could also be an indication that there could be a 3.24.2 patch coming up later, maybe for SeasonCon, where the Zeus would finally be coming up, telling us that maybe 4.0 is in fact indeed delayed for even later, maybe for the intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So that's what I had to say here about the latest Star Citizen Alpha 4.0 rumors. Hopefully, by the time this video gets out, there will be even more rumors or even more information about what's going on here with 4.0. But at the time I'm making this video, at the time I'm making this live stream, that's what we know. Guys, I wouldn't be able to make all of that content without the people who support me on Patreon, on YouTube, as well as the people who subscribe here on Twitch, like Miku, but also Deployable Infidel, Ducky2Ducker, Zero Crusher, Dr. Fabin, Shadow Rise, and Kilo. I've been in Rad. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't go anywhere, of course, because this is part of the live stream. I'll try to edit this out when I will be putting this whole video on YouTube, guys. We're still going to be together for quite some time. I would say about an hour or so, and we have to unload now those boxes. So same strategy. I'm going to unload each of these boxes one by one and have a huge pile of cargo containers outside of the City Hercules, and then put everything on the cargo elevator. Come on, just go out there, and yeah, it's definitely going smoothly. It's not smooth for my hand, which is really still hurt. Now everything, for example, I'm trying to use the mouse sometimes to click on the moderating tools when I'm live streaming at the same time. Or earlier, I was typing a little bit in the chat. Oh, I really could feel the pain. It was just, yeah, it's something that I don't know how that's going to be fixed. I guess I'll give it a couple of days using the computer as little as possible. Maybe that will do the trick. I guess we'll see. The problem is I need to use the computer at work as well. Anyway, unloading those boxes again could almost be playing the unloading song. Let's bring in this one right there too. Now, I really like that you can also bring some containers that are under other containers and they're still coming out. That's really funny. And then you can see all the animations of the containers that were on top just tumbling and falling down. I would say that the physics with those containers is really interesting. Now, you have to be really careful also not to damage your ship when you are transferring those containers, because the collision sometimes does affect especially the ramp. Like when you're seeing all those sparkles here on the ramp, that's actually really bad, right? So you have to make sure that sometimes your ship is repaired or in good conditions. Make sure when you go to your MFD into your ship, make sure your ship is not all red. This had happened to me before in the past where the ship was red, and I had to fix the City Hercules, and it cost me 30,000 Alpha UEC to fix the City Hercules because the cargo containers had really damaged the interior of the ship. Now, I gotta say that I was not paying much attention, and that was in the PTU, and I was not, I was just banging those containers everywhere around the interior. It was pretty, oh, whoa, what's going on here? I saw one container just flying above. Whoa, this is pretty bad. My ship is destroyed. My ship is destroyed. Oh my gosh. Just oh no. Oh my gosh, it's a wreck. Oh, I can't believe it. Well, I guess that I'm going to put all the containers back, and I'll sell everything. I hope I didn't lose so many containers in the process of... Oh my gosh, I lost my ship. See, just as I was saying that, just be careful, don't destroy your ship. There's what happens, right? So everything's being transferred to the cargo elevator, so we're going to transfer everything on the warehouse. Let's see how much was shipped here. Yeah, 420 SCU, huh? That is definitely less than what I was carrying. I lost about 30% of my shipment. Oh, that sucks. Also bringing the barrel back, and there's a reason why I'm bringing the barrel back. Because that barrel is considered stolen. I don't know why I have a stolen box of barrel, but it is what it is. This is crazy. Hey, Shadow Rise! Shadow Rise is here. Shadow Rise says, hello, Shadow Rise. It's been a long time. Shadow Rise, it has been a long time indeed. Did you see the city Hercules blowing up? that was really funny, I think, right? Starlifters and sadness, says Wise Guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's an issue. Anyway, back at the TTD, and I'm gonna count my losses here. So remember, the objective is to be above 3.1 million alpha UEC. So let's see if that is the case or not. So let's load this here and sell the astatine. I should be really close by now. Alright, we have 24 big containers. And success! I am above 3 million alpha UEC now. Okay, great. So, guys, I have made money. I have made 100,000 alpha UEC in 7 days. And it was an absolute nightmare. Now, remember, I have a random container of barrel. I'm gonna put it in that C1 spirit, and for some reason it turns out that I have also containers of barrel in my C1. I have never bought barrel in a C1. I don't know why I have barrel in my C1. It's not supposed to be there, but it happens to be there. I have 3 containers of barrel in my C1. How did they get there? I got no idea. I swear I did. I didn't even use my C1 in. I did use it for cargo missions, but I delivered everything. So that's really, really strange, right? So I'm gonna put that big 21 SU container of barrel inside the C1. This one goes away. Gotta play a little bit of Tetris, right? This is crazy. I mean, I love this. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love this. I love this, but this is not supposed to be happening. Some of the weird stuff that are happening in Star Citizen sometimes. I'm so glad to see Shadow Rise here, by the way. Shadow Rise, member of the ERAT Club. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing for the channel, Shadow Rise. And especially Shadow Rise coming for the live stream that's actually live. It's not pre-recorded. Well, the footage is pre-recorded, but I'm actually live this time. So, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Trying to go in. Oh boy, what's going on? If only it could go in, that would be nice. Come on. Inside. There we go. Okay. I think that if this goes in like this, I should be able to bring in the last cargo box. Okay, so I am now at the junkyard on Hurston, on Orinth. And because I thought, since the barrel appears to be stolen, even though I did not steal the barrel, I was thinking, how about sending it to the junkyard? Well, just like what we saw at Woodruff a little bit earlier, it seems that it's impossible to sell the cargo containers here at the junkyard because the freight elevator is broken again. So I'm going to put back the freight containers, and I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm going to go to Utopia. There's another junkyard at Utopia that usually no one goes to, and if there is to be one junkyard where the freight elevator should be working, it should be the one at Utopia. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to try to do that without destroying the C1 here. We saw what happened to the C2 earlier. This is what happens when you're not really careful. But let's try here with the C1. Yeah, you can easily put 3. Actually, that makes me think, because we can put 2 containers of 32 SCU, but if you push another container like that, I think you can put a third container of 32 SCU, which is going to make your cargo capacity of actually 96 SCU in a little ship like a Spirit. That's actually really impressive. Alright, so getting out of Orinth, and we're going to go to... I forgot the name of the... is it Devin? I think it's called Devin, the one that's on Utopia. Well, let's go. And so I am now at the junkyard on the Utopia, and I'm going to be unloading everything. At this point, I am well into my 8th hour of cargo container extravaganza in Star Citizen Alpha 3.24. We'll call it extravaganza. I think that this is a good way to define what it is, or how the experience has been. Alright, we'll put this one outside. Here we go. Oh, wee! I really love the low gravity here. And let's see if the cargo is freight elevator is working or not. It is not working. So I think that at this point, guys, I was just so tired, and especially my hand was in such pain that I decided to give up, right? It was just not worth it. I didn't want to literally go to the hospital because of using the mouse wheel in such an intensive way. So I eventually gave up here, transferred to warehouse. It just lasted forever and ever and ever. So that was basically the end of this video. I made money. I made 100,000 Alpha UEC in 7 days. It was absolutely not worth it, a nightmare, but I do believe that with the Argo Atlas it's going to be better, and we will have a look at the Argo Atlas in another live stream, probably tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I have been Irad, and I will see you guys in the next one. Not gone, guys. We're going to have another video here. We'll have